Welcome back, and this is the second part of the Game Changers, where we look at, rather have discussions with various tech experts in studio. And today we shall be looking at tech talent as a human capital or as a human resource manager. How best can you go about sourcing for tech talent in various industry, or rather in your industry? And to help us how to go about this and to understand this one better, with me in studio is Rose Mwende, Head of Growth at Kipawa Hub. Welcome, Rose.
Thank you so much, Tabitha.
All right, so you are initially a tech, or rather you started from being a tech person, or rather being a very tech savvy person. That's where you started, and now you moved to human capital, or rather human resource management. How was your transition? Tell us your transition journey. Let us begin this from there.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to the studio today. So my journey started in university, where I studied computer science, and I was very interested in tech. And when I finished when I graduated, I just thought, okay, let me try out this tech thing and see how it goes. And so I was in tech as someone who does system analysis and a lot of user interactions, just to make sure that systems are done appropriately and well. And so I did that for about 7 years. And then I came across actually our country manager for Kipawa, and she mentioned to me what they were trying to do with Kipawa, and I thought, because I have a passion for people development, I thought, let me try and see how that works out. And so I've been with Kipawa for 2 years now. Wow. And I manage the whole client acquisition process, right from obtaining a customer to the time when we deliver our services. So just to introduce Kipawa, we are a HR services provider, and we specialize in recruitment, even though we offer other solutions in HR. And so we help companies find talent, and we help people find opportunities with great companies.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And what was that thing that pushed you to move from tech to human resource?
I think it was just my passion for people. During my time when I was working for a software company, I did a lot of recruitment for the tech team, and I would really get sad because I would interview people and they wouldn't be ready for the interview, or they wouldn't express themselves well, or they were not confident enough. So I thought being with Kipawa would give me a chance to interact with people, young people who are looking to get into whichever field, including tech, and just to prepare them and to tell them that they can do it through our interview processes.
All right, and now looking at the recruitment part, how do you go about your recruitment, and how do you, what are you looking for when it comes to tech talent? What exactly are you looking for?
Okay, so just to mention that we partner with companies, with our clients, and help them to find talent. So how we go about it, of course, we will sit down with the customer and and find out what is your culture, what kind of person are you looking for, what is the technical expertise that you want this person to be specialized in, what areas, what interest areas would you want them to have, and what is the experience, number of years of experience that you need them to have. Because there are some companies who say, I don't mind if they worked for 1 year, as long as they show that they can do the job. So when we look at that, we identify candidates and potential applicants in the market. Now, something about tech talent is very good developers are not essentially looking for jobs. They're already working somewhere. They're participating in a project or an assignment that has a timeline. So they're basically doing that job, waiting, until the time they finish their role, and then they can look for opportunities. So we try and actively looking for people who are maybe at that point where they want to transition. So we do a lot of networking events. We do a lot of headhunting. We do a lot of research around companies in Kenya and even abroad who are doing the same thing as our client is doing. And then we, of course, approach them and give them a value proposition. So we have to give the candidate, sell the company to the candidate, and tell the candidate that this is what it takes to work for this company, this is what it's all about. So they are sold on the idea and the vision of the company, and they get interested to participate in the project. And then from there, we submit those shortlist to the to the client, and there they take on the recruitment process from there. So that's how we do sourcing.
Yeah, the recruitment. Yeah. And do you ensure, or rather, do you do a follow-up on these talents when you get them jobs? Do you do a frequent follow-up on them on how they are doing?
Yes, actually, the most the most amazing thing about what we do is when a candidate calls you and tells you, thank you for linking me up with this opportunity, I'm doing very well. That's always like a happy moment in the office, because then we celebrate the fact that we've given someone an opportunity to utilize their skills. So yeah, we do, yeah.
And besides tech, are there other divisions that you look at connecting them to their employers?
Yes, so apart from the technical expertise of a candidate, we definitely look at the soft skills. We look at, do they have problem-solving skills? Are they critical thinkers? And there are various tests and assessments that can be done to show that. Are they, do they demonstrate the capability to work in a team? Are they introverted or extroverted? Then you'll know as an employer where to place them in the company so that you maximize their potential. Yeah.
And seeing it that most tech people, we are introverts. Yeah.
Yes.
So how do you go about challenges experienced in finding and retaining the tech talent, and how best can you address these challenges?
First of all, I think that there's a great assumption that most techies are introverted.
Yeah.
There are those that are actually introverted, and as a company you have to figure out how to work with such people, because they work best when they are quiet and silent
on
their own. Yes. And then there are those, of course, who have that element of extrovertedness, but they can still manage to work on their own. So as a company you have to identify these kind of extremes or personalities. How do we tap into the potential of the candidate or the employee that we have, and make sure that they can get somewhat stretched, so you put them in situations where they can get to tap their potential but still get stretched in terms of interacting with other colleagues. And then of course for those extroverted ones is to see how do we then maximize on their personalities to gain advantage of the company's vision. Yeah.
And looking at the various trends that we have in the tech industry, and how people interested in tech, how best can they leverage these trends in building their careers?
So what I usually tell employers and even potential employees is, for me to interview you as a tech person, I will ask you one question. When was the last time you coded? Because if you are passionate about coding, then you've tried to build something. You've tried to work on a project, whether it has failed or not, or succeeded. You've identified a problem and you're trying to sort it out using technology. So that's the first question I would ask. And what I would advise someone who's looking to get into tech or to grow their career in tech is identify a problem in your community or in the space that you're in, and develop a solution, and identify languages that are current. And they're online. You can find tutorials on YouTube, you can find them, Google is your friend, and you can learn a new language. It's very easy, just you have to be committed to the process. And of course, once you are practicing that, then if you go to an interview panel and you're asked, what projects have you done? Then you can say, I worked on this project. I either launched it or I did not launch it, and these are the reasons why. Then that gives a potential employer a visibility that you've seen how it is to develop a solution from beginning, maybe not to the very end, but you've seen how that process looks like, and you're able to sort of put yourself in the shoes of the employer and sort of run with the project they give you. Yeah.
All right, let me throw this your way. I know we had not discussed it, but looking at the tech talent in Kenya right now, what is the average pay, like the fair average pay for a tech person?
Wow, that's a very, very good question.
Thank you.
So it ranges because it depends a lot on the level of experience you've had in the technology. So you may be 35 years old, but then you have 2 years experience in tech, because there are those who've started tech much later. Or you could be 20 years old and you've sort of developed solutions since you were 15. So employers will definitely look at your experience level and your expertise level to determine how much they pay you. So I can't exactly say how much you can be paid, but it's the same as most of the industry. Like if you're junior level, your mid-level, your senior level, your executive level, there are various ranges that you can work with. But what sells a candidate the most is your expertise and what you bring to the table. So you can be able to negotiate based on that. Yeah.
All right. And how do you feel the government can come in and support the tech industry in the country?
The government is already doing quite a bit, but I would say that a lot more emphasis on coding as a skill, because the future of programming is like you'll find younger and younger people, 12-year-old can be able to come up with a software program that can do amazing things. So how can it be embedded into the curriculum, and how do we prepare our learners to be able to develop amazing solutions using technology or programming or whatever platform you can think of? When we think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, cryptocurrency, can we expose our learners from a young age on these technologies and see what they can come up with? Because the future is technology.
Sure. All right, thank you so much, Rose.
Thank you
for your insight on the tech talent in the industry.
I appreciate it.
All right, that's it from the tech talent people themselves right there. You have heard it. How best can you go about sourcing for tech talent as an employer or as an employee? Kipawa Hub is right here for you. All right, from me, Tabitha Muthoni, and the entire Game Changers team that made this live broadcast happen, from the graphics personnel to our director, we say thank you very much, and to the rest of the viewers, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.